This okonomiyaki is actually really easy, and I thought that it would require a lot more ingredients than it actually does. So here's everything that you need to make this dish. You need half a cabbage that has been shredded, a carrot that's shredded thin, one large egg, half a cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of garlic flakes, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a teaspoon of onion powder, and maybe about 150 mLs of water. You also make a sauce here, which I haven't actually been able to shoot, but that sauce requires a tablespoon of mayonnaise, half a tablespoon of soy sauce, half a tablespoon of honey, and a full tablespoon of water. You can get the entire list of ingredients from the link in my bio and on my blog. Swipe along to see the next part of the recipe. The first step of this recipe is to actually make the batter. The batter is really easy. It's a matter of adding an egg with some all-purpose flour and then adding in your water. This is about half a cup of water, and we're just going to mix it up really well. Now, you don't want to over-submerge your batter because the cabbage and the carrots, once they sit, they will actually add more water to the batter. So the idea is just to get everything mixed well, remove all the lumpies and bumpies, and then add your spices. So I added salt, I added some cayenne pepper, you can add chili powder, whatever you have, and then some garlic and onion because I really like that flavor, and sometimes it's better to get them through the spices. You don't want to mix this up too well because you don't want gluten formation. You just want it to be a homogeneous mix as a batter that'll take in all that cabbage as well as carrot. Some recipes ask for you to add some baking powder and baking soda. I didn't see the need for it because you don't need a leavener here as long as you keep this in the fridge for about a minute, and that's pretty much it. Swipe along to the next part of the recipe. Now to start the cooking, we're going to add some oil to a already heated non-stick frying pan. Our favorite frying pan. We should use the best one that we have. And to this, we're going to add our batter. Just a cup of that batter will do. What we're going to do is spread it thin and let all that carrot and cabbage cook through. You're going to cover it from the top so that you have all that vapor going back into the cooking process. And this will take about 15 minutes to happen. I want to take a moment here to talk about the non-stick dry fry pan from Stahl. It's a super sturdy pan with a layer of aluminum that is sandwiched between 2 layers of stainless steel, which makes the whole pan heat evenly. The pan also comes with a metal handle, which means that it can be put in the oven and you can make it your own with some really pretty monogramming. I'll link the information in my stories, but back to the pancake. We'll flip it and just look at how evenly it's been cooked. Swipe along to see the next part of the recipe. So now that we fried the one side, we're going to fry off the next side as well, and we're going to add some of this sauce. This sauce is like a glaze. We talk about it briefly in the ingredients section of this recipe slides, but you can find the entire recipe on the blog as well. The idea here is just to glaze it up. If you are feeling adventurous, you can flip it once more and make a nice crust. I didn't want to do that, but it tastes amazing, and you definitely need to make this sauce. Swipe along to see the next part of the recipe. So once it's off the pan, we flipped it over, and then now we're going to add some of that glaze. And this is actually where Natasha took over because she's the resident food stylist. To this, we added a bunch of different things. So we added some fried onions because we really like that texture. And honestly, everything that I'm adding next is to add texture, like these nori sheets. These are actually very easy to find now, and we just slice them up into really thin strips. To this, we also added some sesame. Again, just regional flavors kind of put together, and the spring onions is there because we have some onion powder in the dish as well, so it's adding the fresh elements as well as the cooked elements all together. Finally, we styled this up with some chopsticks, and it's pretty much done. You can have it with some of that sauce, and you can of course make this non-vegetarian with a variety of different things. But I hope you try this recipe, and as always, happy cooking.